connection that he must be a communist. And during those days, you couldn't have a civil rights movement without people saying that, you're being influenced by the communists. And even Jackie Robinson, who they called in front of the House Un-American Activity Committee led by Joseph McCarthy, even Jackie Robinson had to say that's nonsense. The black man doesn't need a communist to tell him that he's being lynched and he's being discriminated against in jobs and in housing and things like that. We don't need content to tell us that.
Exactly.
But in the end, that's why I think that a lot of his accomplishments and what he stood for was obscured because he was falsely labeled as a communist during the Cold War.
Which is extremely tragic because it's almost like the Kaepernick situation now. He stands up for what he believes in. He tells us how he feels, and we turn it into a bad situation. We turn it into an anti-American situation. We turn it into a anti-patriot situation instead of actually what I frequently use is we listen to respond, not to understand. And it's
there's still people. There's no question that people aren't, like the T-shirt says, you're not listening. It's that people don't talk.
Yeah, this is the ultimate truth. Who were some of your athletic heroes in regards to basketball?
Well, I think there's one person that I tried to emulate because I didn't have the offensive skills of Kareem, but I didn't have the reflexes and basketball IQ to try to emulate Bill Russell.
Okay.
I know that the shot blocker and the rebounder who happened to be able to score a little bit, but I took a lot of pride in my defense. And when I got to University of Maryland, I don't think the ACC gave me a shot blocker like me before. So, ran into a little trouble, great shots that were blocked with both goaltending. But, I had to get beyond that. But in the end, there's things like instead of slapping the ball out of bounds, like so many guys, even today, they want to slap it out of bounds and puff up the chest and scream, the cathartic scream, instead of tipping the ball to yourself, grabbing the rebound, or tipping it and blocking it and keeping it in play and starting a fast break on the other end. I took pride in doing that. And that's because Bill Russell was the guy who did it. Rarely did you see Russell block a shot out of bounds. He tipped it just enough to stop the shot, but also just tipped it to himself, tipped it up in the air where he can go get the rebound and start the fast break. And I think that's extremely valuable.
That is definitely a lost art, and it's amazing how we get to the point. We got to the point whereas we looking for highlights more than actual basketball acumen. It's
TV.
Exactly.
TV does.
With the influx of the ESPN generation, and not to knock anybody younger than me, but it's just like we no longer want to have basketball players. We have athletes that play basketball, and it's a sad commentary. A coach of mine used to frequently say, hey, we all playing basketball, but only about 10% of you guys are basketball players. And at this point, the number seems to be even less.
Yeah, I would tend to agree if many games are not done. You have some tremendous athletes out there. But also, the way the game is played right here, there's more focus, unfortunately, on me instead of us. And that's the shame of it. But that seems to be the direction in which the culture wants the game to go. Basketball, particularly NBA basketball, has never been more popular. And, you have a lot of the house scoring, you have too much defense, a lot of isolation, one-on-one, where a guy can control the ball for 6, 8, 10 seconds to take a shot, not even looking at his teammates. And, people think that's good. People are measured by that instead of pushing the team. Look at the way they sell NBA basketball, and to a great extent now college basketball, because on ESPN particularly, their biggest customer is the NBA. And so therefore, not only are they going to focus on selling the individuals, which the NBA likes, but they're going to use that same strategy to sell college basketball because it's similar to the NBA. People will trying to make a relationship between the two of them. And you know, that's fine. And that's the way people like the game now. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of basketball. But, you know, it's still, the bottom line is revenue. The bottom line is money, and if that's what sells, which obviously it does, then that's what you have to do.
It's definitely a shame because, again, I'm much like yourself. I'm a lot younger than you. Not a jab, but I'm a lot younger than you.
No, that's all right. It's no problem.
But I remember growing up, you know, being 9 years old, watching Magic Johnson and Bird play, and then watching the matriculation of the Isaiah Thomases and the James Worthies and the Dominique Wilkins, and it's just a different game now. And like you said, it's about me, not about we, and it's really, I don't understand. What really bothers me, Mr. Elmore, is this: how is it that we have announcers that act as if they don't know better and they cheer this on? You know, have you noticed that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've noticed it because I've been doing college basketball and some NBA basketball earlier in my TV career, but I've been doing it for over 30 years, and I've seen the change. And I've seen as the announcers get younger, I've seen them gravitate toward being popular. And by being popular, it means you go with the flow.
Right.
As to what you see out there, and rarely are you critical. And I'm not talking about being critical for the critical sake, but being critical in times when you necessarily have to teach what the game is truly about. You know, I can watch the NBA sometimes if San Antonio is playing, or Golden State when all five guys touch the ball before a shot goes up. But all too often I'm watching an NBA game, and there'll be 4, 5, 6, 7 trips up and down where each team has, you know, possession of the ball, and all they do is take one dribble and one pass and a jump shot. And that's just not the way the game is designed to be played, and that's just not the way, you know, some of the great teams and the great players play the game. But as I said, you know, it's a new paradigm. You know, it's no longer my game. It belongs to somebody else. It belongs to the young. And, you know, if it's popular enough where the ratings are as high as they are, the revenues are as rich as they might be, then obviously more power to them. But, you know, just in some ways they're kind of lost lately.
Yeah, I mean, and it's, you know, I do a sports show, so I'm forced to watch, but I don't enjoy it the way I used to. And what really started with me is around the time the San Antonio Spurs, as you mentioned, came into prominence, and it was called boring. And I'm like, I come from an era where me and my buddies used to love to see Kevin McHale do his thing, and now it's Tim Duncan is boring. I'm like, how do we get from, man, look at McHale, he has 1,000 moves. Look at the Dream, he has 1,000 moves, to Tim Duncan, he sucks, he's boring. I just don't get it. It's amazing to me.
Well, it's just the change in culture, the instant gratification. You know, people want to see scores of 140 to 135 every night, and because people also don't appreciate the nuance of the game as well. They just want to see up and down, and dunks, and they want to see threes, and that's been also pushed by the networks who, when they show highlights, you know, they don't show 1 or 2 good passes, they don't show good basketball play on a team basis. They just show the individual stuff, and you know, when guys are finished, they go into, as I mentioned, they go into the primal screen and, you know, look at the camera, put the camera on me, they turn to the crowd. I mean, I've never seen so much individual stuff when it comes to the game as I have, you know, over the last 5, 8 years. But that is what sells, and that's what we have.
It's insane, man. I don't get it. But back to the good old days. You at the University of Maryland. At this point, Maryland is making major moves. Tell me about that experience. You got John Lucas on your team. You got other All-Americans. Help me understand what's going on in basketball at that time.
Well, during that time, obviously, it was far more competitive than in the ACC, hitting with North Carolina State, with David Thompson and, you know, Tom Burleson and us, and to a certain extent it was North Carolina. And, you know, Duke was nowhere to be found. Neither were any of the other teams, with the 3 of us. it was very competitive in many ways, but the league itself was competitive. The league itself, they weren't at the top of the hill. There were so many teams that if you play them on their home court, you're capable of getting beat. And so that's what made college basketball so good. There was more, it was more evenly matched teams during those days. The problem was that the ACC was a one big conference as were all the others, and the ACC had a tournament. The winner of the tournament, rather than winner of the regular season, would go to the NCAA tournament, and there was a period of time. Our team, Maryland, 3 years in a row, we get to the finals of the ACC tournament, and we lose. My sophomore year, we were ranked in the top 10, but in North Carolina was ranked like number 2 in the nation.
Okay.
And we lost to them. My junior year, we go to the NCAA tournament, but we lose to NC State, but they're on probation. We lose to them by 2 points because of David Thompson, who was the difference in just about every game that we played with them. Plus, my senior year, we're in the top 4. NC State is number 1. I think we're ranked number 3 or 4. We played them to overtime, and they beat us. They go on to win the national championship. We don't get to go to the NCAA tournament. And I think the NCAA recognized the folly of that, and then the following year they expanded the field so that you would never have a situation like that again. But can you imagine today if the number 1 team in the nation beat the number 3 team in the nation for that one bid to the NCAA tournament, the number 3 team in the nation had gone? We could have gone to playing the NIT my senior year, but we had already won the NIT my sophomore year. So
right.
To me, that was futile, and we made the decision not to go because had we had an emotional down playing in a secondary tournament, if you will, then our legacy of how terrific our team was would have been lost because we were lost to somebody inferior. And the saving grace of all of that was that when NC State won their championship, they had to beat UCLA, and people asked, it was semifinals, and people asked them who the toughest team they played, and of course they said it was Maryland, and not UCLA. And that year we had played UCLA earlier, and played them in the first game of the season out at Paul, and we lost them by 2. But I recall watching all summer the tape of Bill Walker, who was in the previous year in the national championship game against NC State, shot like 21, and made 21 out of 22 field goals. And I said, we're going to play them next year? That's not happening. And I watched that tape all summer, recognizes what everything Bill was going to do. We played them the first 2 moves to the basket. We got a shot block, and he wound up shooting 8 for 27, and no more 21 out of 22. And then they prevailed on their home court. They were called down the stretch. I had one of the officials who was known as a homer. They were sitting call because then we lost the ball and lost the game.
Wow.
So there's a little bit of gratification there, kind of the game as well. Double, and then we 15, but nevertheless, we wound up losing to that. And that was tough. But that was, again, that kind of season, 1973, 74, where a lot of terrific teams were matched up against each other. And outstanding games that were played within the league as well as outside.
Who were some of the people that you love to compete against?
In college?
Yes. In college. Excuse me, I should have said in college.
In college, I was Burleson, who was 7'4". I'm a 6'9" center, and I was a guard him. I had some good games against him, but in the game that counted in the ACC tournament, he had the game of his life. And I got to give him credit for that. Bobby Jones from North Carolina.
Right.
Was always a tough guy to play against, smart guy. And, another guy that I loved playing against because he was tough and physical and so was I, but we had a respect for each other. We played each other in the NCAA tournament in the Elite Eight. My senior year, that was Marvin Barnes. Marvin Barnes. News was a heck of a player. He was a cartoon character in many ways, but a really good guy. And